gonna say their opinion. So everything that's out there, I was like, if they want to, try to cover her, not only is Ronnie and Blueface involved, they also talking about Offset. So I just wanted to put a little bit of fire for them, trying to come at me and trying to look at Chrisean Rock like she's all innocent. So that's how I feel about it. So
So
it's not like
basically,
I'm
you
lying
was
about
just.
it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
I
is that a
said,
Go ahead.
strategy for you to try to
so
discredit her? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
it's not a strategy. It's the little research that I did. That came up, and things like that. So I felt like them trying to come at me. I'm like, you know what, like, and everybody trying to come at Ronnie, and
Uh huh.
I'm with Ronnie 1,000% because
Yeah.
when Ronnie reached out to me, he told me it's a possibility that's my son. I'm not saying that's my son. So I
Mhm.
don't really know about the whole story, but I respect the fact that he reached out to me on Friday the 13th. I told them what he needs to do. A week later, which I believe it was on the 20th of this month, he's like, "Look, bro, I got this, I got this, I got this. I don't have no lawyer. I don't know what to do." I'm like, "You don't need a lawyer. You can represent yourself, and I could tell you how to file all the documents." So him, by doing that, he showed me that he asked for the help, and he showed me that he wanted the help because he listened to the instructions that I told him to do. So right
Okay.
there,
So
that
I
was a
wanna.
help for me.
So, hey guys, back with another one. Make sure y'all leave a comment down below and give me your thoughts on this interview that was done. Shout out to Blue Rock TTV. He did a good job at putting this together and also getting his stance, well, the advocate stance on what was his reason for being so messy with this situation. It was already a messy situation. I think that it kind of had us all side-eyeing this advocate for doing that, putting the Offset situation in it. And another reason why I feel as though it is a messy situation and he made it more than what it should be is because once this is all said and done, I don't think nobody's looking at the big picture. Chrisean Rock, especially in the eyes of her loved ones like Blueface, when, we find out that that isn't, 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗖𝗛's baby, it's just going to be some type of ammunition for him to use. Like, yeah, that's why you were walking around here, with this dude thinking it was his baby and it wasn't mine. And even though we know that Blueface cheated on Chrisean Rock, it's just giving him ammunition to throw that up in her face, and also to bring up old wounds of the Offset situation. So I think that that was a bad call, him trying to think that in order to get the attention from the public that he would do that. I think that was very distasteful. Also very discrediting to Chrisean Rock. If you believed enough in Ronnie Doe to help him, I don't feel as though you needed to take it to the level that you took it to, where you was discrediting Chrisean Rock.
Ronnie getting her served, her taking that paternity test. And if Ronnie is not the father, I won't be mad at Ronnie because Ronnie told me that he don't think he's the father. It's a possibility. And to me, that's a strong
Sound like
word
he
for
was
him
gonna
to use
slip up and
because
said he's not
he's
the
not
father.
saying all the way that he is. And then I know a lot of people been saying that Blueface took a DNA test, but then me doing a little research, I seen that Blueface said the paternity test was fake. He didn't really like it. Whack 100, threw some salt in there too. So I'm just believing Ronnie to get that paternity test with Chrisean Rock.
And it's kind of crazy, brings Whack 100 in it. Whack 100 on Blueface's end has been the person who's been putting a battery in his back as well about the paternity test of Chrisean Rock's son. He's also the manager. I don't know if he's currently the manager of Chrisean Rock's son. However, it is kind of misleading when you have someone who's supposed to be representing you and have your best interest at heart. He's young. I don't care what Blueface does in the street or how much of a young businessman or business savvy he is. If you got somebody in your ear like Whack 100 on his end telling him, yo, man, even at that show, you don't really know if that's your baby or whatever. Blueface obviously believed it. It wasn't a test that I know of, and I'm going to say I know of because, there's been people saying, things to me, and I have to always remember to take things with a grain of salt because people can say a lot of things. But we can only just wait and see. I think that the true test now going forward, and this is crazy to say this, will only be from hearing what Ronnie's test is going to be. I think that after Ronnie has his test, I think that this will go away, especially if he's definitely not the father. I don't think anybody else is going to come forth and do all this extra stuff that Ronnie's doing. So this is going to be the way to eliminate Ronnie's name, hopefully, because, it could just be a worst case scenario. That's all I'm saying. We know that obviously a battery was put in his back. I hope you guys are, understanding also that he was being tagged to this brother's IG page that specializes in helping dudes that want to find out if children are their kids or whatever they have to do. They use him as someone that can help them, especially if their finances are not right. He said it out of his own self in the interview. The interview was like 3 hours long, but I watched it last night. Fell asleep on some parts of it, but I didn't stay asleep long. Didn't miss much, trust me. And he's out here really helping dudes that are similar in similar situations than like Ronnie Doe. But again, remember, Ronnie Doe got tagged from numerous people for him to reach out to this man. So we already know it's been confirmed that somebody is, in fact, putting a battery in Ronnie's back. So it's not looking good.
Him to just get her served and to find out if he's the father or not. And that's about it. If I do research on the internet, there's so much gossip about him, her, and a whole bunch of other people that I don't know what to believe. The only thing that I'm focused on, like I said earlier, is just if CashApp feels like Ronnie is not the father, okay, you're not the father. Here, this is the paternity test. Let's do it. Let's get over it. That's it. Now there's nothing else that he needs to, go out his way trying to find out if this is his kid or not. And I believe if he has sex allegations with this person, 8 to 10 months before she gave birth, he got the right to file for a paternity test and find out if he is or he's not the father. So that's my main concern. Everything else with if I did my research, like you see me, there's so many fathers that I help out, right? And people tell me like, oh, this father's a deadbeat, he's a bad father. These fathers, I find them in court. So if I find the father in court, that means that you want to be part of your child's life, because I don't care about the parent situation. As soon as you're not with the baby mother, one makes the other one look bad, and then it goes back and forth. It's not about them. It's about the child. It's about what's in the best interest of the child, and that's it. That child.
I'm just a little angry because it just, to me, went way too far with outsiders from social media getting too involved, and us not hearing anything from ChriseanRock about it. It's okay to advocate for ChriseanRock, but she's probably advocating for herself on the back end. I don't know, when no one's there. So, I don't want nobody to get offended. Like, well, how do you know what she's not doing? I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing and what, she's not doing. But I just feel like this has gotten way out of control because we're not like legal help. We're not a legal attorney to Chrisean Rock. And I feel as though if she wanted things to be known, she'd speak on it on her own. And if she didn't want things to be known, she wouldn't speak on it. And I think that there's a lot of people speaking on her name, and speaking on it, not generally speaking, but it sounded more like they're representing her. Like there's a case going on. I think that if we sat back, it's okay to talk about it every single day on your platform, all you want. But to bring all parties involved, like this guy here, I don't think we should stop making this a habit and thinking that we're going to get updates from this dude. If Ronnie wants to, get up there, volunteer to speak on updates or whatever to make his, self known or whatever his situation is, so be it. But, I wouldn't go out my way to try to find these people, to want to talk to them, because I really am a firm believer that what's done in the dark always comes to light. There's some things that don't even need to be said because you're going to see it. It's going to come out into the wash, when people's intentions are not good, and all of that, and I'm just hoping the end result is that he gets what he needs to hear, and then we don't hear any more from him, because he has been more of a problem to the community than, an asset. And it's bad enough, and I hate to say this, and as much as people want to sit there and downplay this situation, the girl's gonna already have enough to deal with when she gets out with Blueface. So it's like, at least give her a break. And a lot of people say, well, give her a break, she chooses to be with Blueface, right? But she didn't choose for people to get up here and just continuously talk about her past and keep fueling, giving this man life, ammunition to get up here and just do what he's doing. This is just getting way out of control. And I get to a lot of people, it's entertainment, but the parties involved, and I'm speaking mainly for Chrisean Rock, this isn't entertainment. This is her real life.
Now, supposed to know who his biological father is, and I'm more, focused on, just, Ronnie, able to know if that's his child or not. To me, it looks like him, and then it looks like Blue is confusing, but I just want to help. I just want to help Ronnie out because he asked for my help. He listened to my instructions, and anybody that's going out their way, to reach out to me, and then I'm telling them the right steps to take, and they go out their way to do, even though he took a week. But at the end of the day, whenever he was ready for him to do what he got to do, then I'm with it to help, because if I wanted, I could have put it out there. Hey, I spoke to Ronnie about this, but I wasn't putting nothing on public until I knew that he was doing the right thing to be able to serve him for paternity test.
I think this is a good thing that Ronnie was tagged, because I want to make that clear that Ronnie was tagged. Ronnie did not go looking for this man to help him. Ronnie was tagged because I keep telling you, and I'm going to continue to tell you, people have been putting batteries in his back. And you're going to be surprised. I hope that ends up coming out in the wash. How many people who act like they're supporters of Chrisean Rock, but they're really low-key haters. Because that blew my mind that he literally was tagged. And this is how he found this guy. And he reached out. Ronnie's not stupid either. He knew himself. He didn't have a leg to stand on. He knew himself that he needed the community, and he knew that Chrisean Rock had just enough haters to help lead him in the right direction. And they led him in the right direction because this dude does this. I don't know if he does this full time. I don't know if he has a organization. I didn't listen to all that because it's not about him trying to campaign his foundation on somebody else's platform. People just want to know what his position is. How serious is he really gonna be with finding these results out. But I'm gonna say this again, this is social media. We have to also understand that after this there's gonna be always something else. So everybody, it's like, if you can't deal with what comes with social media, and that soon enough Blueface will be getting out, so that's another set of problems all over again too. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes people need to take breaks, because if you take a break, come back, because you can't live in life where you're stressing out over somebody else's problem. And especially when you're stressing out over somebody else's problem, that who knows, they might not even be stressing out as bad as that you are. And that's not good when you're stressing out worse than they are. That's just food for thought. That you can be concerned and feel bad and want to see the best for CashApp, but at the end of the day, CashApp has to want to see the best for herself. And it's a real unfortunate situation, but this is sometimes how things go. And it shouldn't go this way, but this is life. Nobody's dealt a perfect card, and like they say, everyone's life is written. So these mistakes really didn't just happen. That the things that actually are probably gonna make CashApp in the long run wiser. It's not gonna make her dumber, weaker. It's gonna make her very aware of her surroundings going forward and the decisions she makes.
So I feel like I was by myself. Nobody was with me, and I just gotta. I just want to make Ronnie look good, because regardless of what, Ronnie asked for my help. I
Right.
appreciated that, and he took what I told him into consideration, and for me that's a green flag. That
Right.
was great.
And
That there's not an apology for it. It is what it is, of the fact that it's out there on social media. Cardi B spoke about it. There's rumors, even though if it's not true, whatever the case might be. I just looked through it. I didn't really do my research on it, because I'm not with people talking about other people. I'm really more concerned.
Well, I don't, like I said, I just want to listen. I wanted to listen to what the guy had to say. I didn't really want to listen to the whole conversation. I would like to say I'm cool with the people that were on the platform. We've never had any bad blood. But I want to hear from somebody who I haven't heard from, and also who's playing an important part, in this whole situation going forward. Hopefully, Ronnie, if there's any sincerity to it, hopefully he gets the answer that he's looking for, so he can go on with his life. I do believe, which sometimes I don't think people are worthy of it, but I do believe that something is gonna come out of it for him, because of what he did and how much of a fool he made out of himself to get it. I'm hearing about this show that's coming out with Karlissa and him, which we already know that's just a money bag for Karlissa. She doesn't care about finding happiness for Ronnie. But there's a lot of foolishness going on behind the scenes that when people use the word clout chasing, you really need to point the fingers at where they need to be pointed at, and it's sometimes not at the people that do the commentary, because we're like at the bottom of the barrel. They're channel holders that are bigger than others, but we're definitely not blowing up like Karlissa, getting TV shows and all kind of stuff. No, we're not that lucky to be getting all that going on. So, you know, stay tuned. I'll definitely be updating my community about this whole situation. But yeah, it's a messy situation, and hopefully it gets resolved soon.